I'm now going to address the concept underlying capital adequacy. Capital adequacy is a fairly complex calculation. The concept isn't that difficult. You have a graphic here to look at that is looking at two balance sheets in two separate years. We have the assets listed on the left-hand side. We have the liabilities and equity on the right-hand side. Equity is capital. And in the first example at the top, the equity is 15 million, the total assets is 100 million, and the simplest ratio, the leverage ratio here, is 15%. The same institution 1 year later has the same asset size, however the mix of products and the mix of equity to liabilities is different, and now we have a leverage ratio of only 8%. The risk involved here is greater in the second year. Let us just look at this conceptually for a moment. If this organization were forced to close its doors today, the first thing it would do would be go and sell or collect all its assets and, in theory, raise $100 million. It would then pay off all the liabilities, pay off the equity, the members, and because of double entry bookkeeping, everyone would be happy. In a situation like that, that isn't going to happen. If you try to collect or sell assets, you are unlikely to receive 100 cents on the dollar. In the first year on this graphic, you've only got to receive 85 cents on the dollar to pay off all the liabilities, the depositors, if you like. And the equity holders lose their money, because they are putting their money at risk. And that's the concept here. Equity is at-risk money to protect the depositors. In the second operating period that we're looking at here, now you would have to collect 92 cents on the dollar from the sale or collection of assets to be able to pay off all the liability holders. The equity holders who lose their money is a much smaller amount. So there is greater risk to the depositors in the second operating period because you have to collect more in a liquidation scenario to be able to pay them off. So the concept of capital adequacy is relatively simple. It is a measure of the soundness of a financial institution that compares the capital base, the equity, with total assets, and it is there to protect our depositors. That's why we have this regulation.